Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. Right now I'm in Dallas, so uh, I'm a bit tired. I came here to visit one of my friends, and I actually got a good interview on Friday. I'll probably explain the question they asked me and how I've solved it and how would be better if I've solved in another way. Um, but in the meantime, when I'm in Dallas, I'm trying to also make some practices because I have more important interview this week, in which I'm at the third stage. I'm expecting to be to start to get an offer from that company because I think they like me a lot. Um, so while I'm waiting, I wanted to solve you guys another question. Let me open this question. This was the question that I solved yesterday morning. I decided to explain it because it's a pretty common question and there are two ways to solve it, and I solve it one approach. Um, so it's a question asking you to find the cycle in a linked list. So the way that you can do it is visiting all the nodes, and if you come to the same point, that means it's actually a cycle. But um, there are a couple of other ways to solve this question as well. But the one that is very common is actually using visited. Like for example, if you visit this node, you put a sign that shows that this is visited. The best way that you can do it is adding a space, which adds a space complexity, creating a hash set. You start from one of the node, and whenever you visit one node, you put this node to a hash set, and then when you come to the next point, if you say that by the way, people are walking around. That's why I'm just looking this side. So if you see when you come to another node, for example, for hash set, if does it contain this node, you'll just need to return true, and that means there is actually a cycle. But the way that I solved this question was using actually um, like one faster, one smaller um, pointers. For example, I can say a pointer, I guess. The first one starts from here, and the second one starts from here, and one of them goes a bit faster, two by two, for example, two notes, and one of them goes slower. And if there is a cycle, that means that they're gonna be seeing each other at some point, which is like, for example, you are racing in the same area, which is a circle. And if one guy goes faster, no matter what, they need to see each other. One guy needs to pass the other guy, right? So that means that it's gonna be a cycle. By the way, there's the space complexity. Probably, yeah, it's not gonna be the same with headset because you won't be using any other space in your memory to check that. So let me start with my base condition. If head is equal to null, you need to return directly false because think of the false as is there in a cycle. You see the method name is has cycle, so no answer. So the second thing is I said there's two different nodes, so I'll create this node. Let's say this is the first one is equal to head dot next is actually head. Let's say this is the slower pointer, and this node, the second, is going to be my uh, faster. I can say fast, faster indicator, yeah, or faster pointer, whatever. Head dot next. I'm a bit sick, by the way. So, so um, while here I will check while second is not equal to null. Since the second one is going faster, I'll just check the second one for the conditions. While second one is not null and second dot next is not equal to null, because since this one is going to be jumping twice, each time I gotta make sure that I'm not trying to assign nulls next, which gives me a null pointer exception. That's why I'm putting that. Mm, so here the condition that we need to check if both of them are in the same place, which means there is a cycle, right? If first is equal to second, in that condition we need to return true. In this case, if not or whatever, to keep iterating, I need to put first is equal to first dot next, and next second is equal to second dot next, which jumps my second twice. And eventually, if one of them reaches to null, which is the end of my linked list, this is gonna return false, means no cycle in my linked list. I mean, by the way, I said if one of them, the one that will reach the end, will be second, most probably, since since this goes faster. So I'll directly submit it this time because I trust that it's gonna work. Yesterday I got a problem which I want to explain. This is running fast, but space complexity is not the best. But the problem that I got yesterday was runtime error, and I wanted to show you guys the problem here. I did a couple more submissions after that to understand what's the problem. But here it's pretty much the same code. This was my second submission. I was expecting it to be working, and I changed my solution a little bit after that. But eventually I understood that it wasn't about it. The problem here was I was assigning in my while I was checking first that next is not equal to null, which is okay, which is still okay. Second dot next is not equal to null. So this was giving me null pointer exception during non-time, and I wasn't very careful because we need to first check if second is null and then the second's next is not null. I mean, if second is not null and then second's next is not null, because otherwise, if it is null and if we are trying to check seconds next, it's giving me a runtime error null pointer exception. So this was a small mistake um, from my perspective, but in compiler's perspective, it's not even running. So it is important to see that. Thanks guys for watching, and hopefully my interview this week goes well.